of Harare is reportedly shutting down businesses within the central business district. They have an operation that they are carrying out, and it's called Operation CPT Restoration. This initiative, according to them, aims to enforce compliance with the city by laws. I was wondering on whether there are still businesses operating in Zimbabwe. Is it possible for businesses to operate and actually comply with all the tax requirements, be it of the authority, the revenues that are supposed to be paid to the local authority, to Zimbra? I mean, with the mounting, Professor Mtuli Ncube tax regime that is actually overburdening each and every Zimbabwean. I wonder whether that is still possible. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So, the Harare City Council has begun targeting shops which they say they are not in compliant with the city bylaws. In fact, they are saying they are carrying out an operation, and it is called Operation CPT Order Restoration. That is the operation that is being carried out by the regime of Jacob Mafume. Sounds like ZANU PF theatrics that were used. Remember, I mean, these words operation, they are closely linked, especially in Zimbabwe, to ZANU PF. So they were targeting shops, shutting down shops which are not in compliant with the city by laws. So most of these shops, we know that they are owned by foreign nationals. They are run by Indians. They are run, obviously, some they are also run by Zimbabweans. And we know how difficult it is to operate a business in Zimbabwe because of the economic climate and the mere fact that we have a country which has no currency, but the government of the day wants to pretend as if they have got a currency. But the truth of the matter is that Zimbabwe has no currency. The gold, Zimbabwe gold ZiG actually died from its infant. But individuals like Chris Mutswangwa will tell you that ZiG is working and ZiG is actually gaining strength. But in the streets of Zimbabwe, there is absolutely nothing of that sort. This is the word that is spoken by the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe and ZANU PF government officials, not the people of Zimbabwe. They know nothing of that sort. So, shutting down these SMEs, because we know in Zimbabwe it's just SMEs which are struggling. Now, compliance, what are they looking at when they are? What is Jacob Mafume seeking to do in essence? Is this in the best interest of the people of Harare? People are divided. Some they are saying yes, they should go after these individuals and they should follow the laws of the land. But also, I think it is fundamentally important to ask ourselves on whether bylaws of the city councils in Zimbabwe, as well as also the laws of the land governing business. You know, in Zimbabwe, it is very, very difficult to operate to operate a business, beginning from registration. It's very, very difficult to register a business in Zimbabwe. You have to pay a lot of money, some of it which could have been part of the capital. I remember at one point when I was registering my business there in Zimbabwe, because you cannot, this thing of registering the business with your own name is quite difficult. So what normally people do in Zimbabwe, they buy shelf companies from accountants. Accountants can wait for 1 year until the names are verified and keep those businesses as shelf, companies. And then when you want to operate a business, if You want a quick business, then you buy that shelf company. I remember I bought it for 250 US dollars. That's a lot of money. And then obviously having to go and register to Zimra and be compliant, all those processes, they can cost you up to 500 United States dollars. I mean, by the time I was there, that was the cost of actually getting to register your company and be issued they call it a tax clearance. Whilst in other countries like South Africa, if you know how to do it yourself, you can register online your company and just pay, I think it's 140 or so rands. Yes, it's very, by that, I mean, within a space of minutes, 5 minutes, you register your company and it will be in operation, and you can open a bank account same day, you see, and the company start actually doing business. I think that's the environment that should be created, especially in developing countries, in countries that are struggling, like Zimbabwe. Now, instead of trying to make this business, to regularize these businesses, they are targeting the very, very few businesses that are in operation at the moment. That would be catastrophic because people rely on these SMEs. I mean, very, very few businesses in Zimbabwe are in compliance. Even the businesses run by ZANU PF officials, they do not pay taxes, most of those businesses, because of the current economic climate in Zimbabwe. I wonder who is actually advising Jacob Mafume to do whatever he is doing. But I sense this operation, Zikanandas are behind this operation. It is not in the best interest of the people of Zimbabwe. Someone, somewhere, someone wants to score a political point as well as also an economic outcome. Just watch the space. There is absolutely nothing that individuals like Jacob Mafume, who are actually closely aligned to Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, can actually carry out such a program without anything hidden. There is definitely something that is hidden. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the subscribe plus button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Take note that we are available also on other digital platforms: Facebook, X, formerly Twitter, as Panic Global News. Kindly follow us on this platform.